Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey and this is Essentially Booked. Thanks for stopping by. This is Kingsley. He's very wonderful. My Vishla Kings. So this is part one of my Vlogmas series, and I'm going to be doing this through January 6th. The first day of Christmas is the day of Christmas as far as the actual 12 days of Christmas. A lot of people don't know that because the Christian calendar celebrates the 12 days of Christmas after Christmas, Christmas being the first day. So I'm going to just do the series through January 6th, which is Epiphany, and that's when the 12 days of Christmas ends. And this first day is just going to be some Christmas vlog material I made, and I'm going to talk about some books I've been reading, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty informal, hopefully not too long. I'm trying to keep all of my videos for this under 15 minutes. I'm shocked Kingsley's suddenly being cuddly because he's been really wild. So thanks for stopping by today, guys. Hi. This is gonna be probably a part of just one of my many Vlogmas things, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea where this video will end up in the grand scheme of things. It's my birthday today. We are getting 4 to 6 inches of snow, which is like a pretty moderate snowfall for where I live, but it's gonna blizzard. It's gonna get really windy, and the type of snow that we have is like gonna be real bad. Like they're saying for the next 2.5 days, like travel won't be recommended, and it's just starting to spit. So I ran to the store today, and I'm in my like town, so it's not the capital city, it's a suburb, and it's a smaller suburb. And so the grocery store is actually not terrible. It's starting to spit, but like most people I think panic bought everything yesterday, and I just needed some stuff. So right now I'm gonna go home because it is my birthday, and I'm just gonna do nothing until I have to pick up my son. I'm going to read The Last Party by Claire McIntosh, and I haven't read anything by her before. Right now I'm about a third of the way in, and like nothing's happening. They're investigating a murder, and I don't know, it's really slow for me. So I'm hoping it picks up. I already accidentally flipped to a page, so I know like a spoiler kind of the story, but I don't think it's pivotal to the murder. I don't know, but it's just really slow going. It does take place around this time. The murder happens on New Year's Eve, and then right now it's Christmas Day. So it's kind of similar to the timing, but I'm just kind of like bleh about it. So I'm gonna do that, and then bye guys. Okay, so it's me again, and I'm Kingsley. So on my birthday, I took the day off, and I was talking about how I was going to be reading The Last Party. He has to dig before he gets comfortable. It's annoying. It takes him forever. So I'm just going to stop filming until he's done. Okay, he doesn't want to settle down. So anyways, in my birthday video that I had shown just before this, I was talking about how I was reading The Last Party, and this book did take me forever to get into, and there's a lot of characters in this novel. So this novel follows Fionn and Leo as they are in a small town in Wales, and on New Year's Eve there's a party. This new development has come in, and this extremely rural community now has some upscale lofts that are across the lake that this community is set on. And the community is annoyed because this has always been a really small knit community, and these lofts are wealthy. They kind of have a sense of other about them. They don't really want the locals to be a part of it. But the developer was born and raised in this small town, and he invites everybody to a New Year's Eve party. Coincidentally, he ends up dead, found in the lake. So Fionn and Leo are cops, and they are trying to understand what happened. So they're interviewing all these community members. There's so many people to keep straight, and about halfway through is where there's the big plot twist, and then everything kind of points back to that in a way. And overall, I thought the mystery was good. Once that happened, I was able to pick up my pace in reading, and it wasn't such a drag. And I do understand the first half needing to set up all the characters and to throw some red herrings in and all that stuff. I get it. I struggle because I'm an attorney that how these people still have their jobs after this, because of course she's the main detective, Fiona. She's from this community. She does some questionable things that wouldn't fly. And I really struggle to suspend my disbelief in books, especially where there's like a legal, ethical plot line. And this isn't a legal thriller by any means, but I just couldn't stop thinking about, okay, if this was real life, what would happen to her? Because she'd probably lose her job. And this is not spoilery or anything. It's just a small nitpick I have with a lot of books because of the things that I know. I don't know. It just was distracting to me. But all in all, I mean, this was fun. If you like just a good thriller, this is a great book. And it's also fun to read about right now because my dog, he just brought something in. I have no idea what he's eating. Okay. Well, Kingsley let me film this today. I don't know. Anyways, so the events of this story take place on New Year's Eve, and the interviews kind of start around Christmas. So it was a really timely read for the season. So if you're looking for a thriller to read that kind of fits the vibes right now, definitely recommend The Last Party. It was fun. It was a solid 3-star thriller for me, which is good. Again, 3 stars for me means I enjoyed it. I'm kind of a harsher star giver. But anyways, I liked it. It was fun. It was a book of the month book that I actually read within 2 months of getting. So that's a win. Yeah, that's all I got for you about that one. So until the next video, talk to you later. So we ended up doing Christmas Eve at home this year. We generally do Christmas Eve with my parents, but my brother is a pilot, and so he didn't have Christmas off this year, and we were able to do our Christmas Eve earlier in the month. So we actually had a night at home. It was extremely cold. It's been blizzarding here. We had 2 days where travel wasn't advised. It's just been really nasty. So we stayed at home. We went to church, stayed at home, and I was going to do book flood. It's the Icelandic tradition of giving a gift in chocolate, and you give a shorter book and just spend the night reading. We ended up making, like, we usually do appetizers. So I made a bunch of appetizers. My husband and I watched an Office Christmas episode, and then we were going to read, and then I watched Discovery of Witches. So, yeah. The book I grabbed this year was Foster by Claire Keegan, and this is supposed to be one of the Times UK top 50 novels published in the 21st century, and it's about a little girl who, her parents are about to give birth to, I think, their 3rd child, and they send her away to this family's home, and I've just started it, so it's one that once I sit down, I'm going to read it really fast. But yeah, so they give her to a kind of a family to watch her, and they don't know for how long. She doesn't know. So I get why it's called foster, because it's kind of a foster situation. So that was what I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab something short and sweet. And then I also read The Christmas Carol every year just because it's like short and it is nostalgic and whatnot. So I need to finish that too. But that is what I've been working on for both Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas! So this is just part of my vlog. I was able to read a little bit of Foster last night. And then we watched Discovery of Witches, so I didn't really do Yaboka Flow. I'm sure that's not how you say it, but yeah, so today we have multiple Christmases we have to stop by. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, so hi everybody. I had talked about how for Christmas and Christmas Eve I was reading Foster by Claire Keegan, and today I was able to finish it, which was perfect for just unwinding and having a day recovering from Christmas. It's a pretty short book and I should have been able to finish it on Christmas Eve. I ended up watching Discovery of Witches instead, and so didn't finish this, but today I was able to sit down because my son took a 3-hour nap after being like wildly exhausted from Christmas festivities. So first, one of the gifts I got my husband was fun beer because we really like craft beer. So this is a stout and it is pecan and toffee stout and it was really good. I only needed to drink one. It was very thick, but we really liked that. So anyways, today I read Foster, like I said, and this is a 90-page book. It was hailed as one of the Times UK top 50 novels published in the 21st century, and I guess it's required reading in Ireland now, like it's on all curriculums. And this is just a really beautifully written short book about a little girl whose Irish family has too many kids and can't take care of her. So she goes and stays with a family who can take her in briefly, so a foster situation essentially. In the end, she doesn't know if she's gonna be going back to her family or not. And it's just a really beautiful look at a family that shows love to this little girl. It was cozy and perfect to read during a time where we're spending a lot of time with family and family relationships can be complicated. Also kind of touched close to home in a weird way because it is a book about fostering essentially, not the way we would think of it today necessarily. First off, this takes place in Ireland, so I don't know the foster care system there. I'm not even super well versed here, just know that it's a little bit more intensive. Whereas this is the parents just like gave their daughter to another family for a little bit. The daughter is young and she's trying to kind of work through what's happening in her brain as much as a child can. And luckily, like her parents, she sees flaws in them, but her parents seem to do the right thing, or they just need some respite as the mom is giving birth to a new sister, I believe. The family she lives with, they're just showing her love, and they make comments that like a little girl shouldn't have to live like this, and they have their own trauma that has happened. And so you kind of see this couple doing the right thing, not knowing if they have to give this sweet girl back or not to her birth family, which is kind of the point of foster care, right? Like a child goes and is placed with another family, ultimately with the goal of reunification. With this one, again, like I said, there's not like a lot of institutionalized social work. None of that stuff is in here. No state involvement. This is truly like a pastoral, rural family helping out another family. And it hit close to home because of our ties with adoption and just stuff like that. So very beautifully written. I understand how and why this is such a pivotal book in the UK. I gave it 4 stars. It's just so short. I think I read it in like an hour. It's a very short book. I wanted more, honestly. Like I love quiet books, but I just wanted more because I did really like it. So maybe that is a 5-star read. I wanted to read more. Totally perfect for this time of year. Definitely recommend, I think, Fabled Bookshop in Waco, Texas for recommending this to me. Thank you for hanging out for day 1 of my Vlogmas series. I will have videos up every day earlier than today, I promise.